What is up, guys? What is up? What is up, man? This is JD Rich coming back at you with another One Piece discussion and brief spoiler review, man. Look at this. I know we're fresh off the hype of 11:59, and that's good and everything. Everything is just moving so progressively and positively forward, man. It is just beautiful. Like, we are here in God Valley. We're here. We may not be seeing any of the fights yet, but we're here. It's what we're getting and leading up to with the information that's being dropped. And I'm just here to bring you today the brief spoilers that I've been discovering, as well as other people who have been leaking them out all over the internet, you know what I'm saying? But guys, these spoilers are peak, these spoilers are raw, and let's just get straight into it. So, First, we come to find out that the Davy clan, the Davy clan, yes, are actually revealed to be Buccaneers, because we're actually getting the introduction of Blackbeard's mother in this chapter. So let's stick with that for a minute. The Davy clan are possibly being revealed as Buccaneers. Buccaneers, man. Like, that means Kuma and Blackbeard are Buccaneers. I've been saying this, as well as possibly many others, but I have been speculating this for the longest time. If you look at Kuma's body and look at Blackbeard's body, they're built similar in a way. And look at their hair texture. Like, I'm just saying, look at Kuma's hair and look at Blackbeard's hair, bro. I'm not even saying that they're related or anything, but racially, they are from the same race of people. They are from the Buccaneer tribe. So Kuma and Blackbeard are actually the last of the Buccaneers. Like, people always thought Kuma was the last one, but something told me that Teach was one as well. The way they're, like I said, their body types, their hair texture, and just the way they're both built, it's like something special about both of them. Now that it's revealed that the Davy clan are basically Buccaneers, man, it's no wonder that Teach was on this island about to get wiped out. So that's just one brief spoiler. And then on top of that, we were getting the introduction of Blackbeard's mom. I'm very curious to know what her name is, because if she isn't a Buccaneer, she's still gonna be important. Her name is gonna be of some great significance in a way. So, and I heard that she was revealed to be like raggedy and dirty looking as far as her attire, but that's everything that the Celestials put her through, you know what I'm saying, trying to protect her child. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you look, how bad your clothes get ripped up or whatever, if you and your child are being persecuted by a foul system, you're gonna look foul yourself from a physical point of view. But it is very sad, man, the way we get them introduced like this. And this wasn't a part of the spoilers. What I'm about to say next is not a part of the spoilers, but it's a prediction of mine. I have a prediction that we might see the death of Blackbeard's mom early. I mean, we might see the death of both Blackbeard and Shanks' mom, and then we're gonna see the eventual taking off of where Shanks and Blackbeard go from this point on. But we are essentially getting Blackbeard and Shanks' backstory, or the buildup of such, through this flashback, through the events and actions of everyone else taking place. Now, moving along, so we learned that they're Buccaneers, and then after that, we learn, what else was it? What else were the spoilers? We actually come to learn that the Celestial Dragons have started the rabbit hunting event, you know? But before they even started the rabbit hunting event, we learned that Dragon actually meets up with Shanks' mom and has a conversation. That she's basically telling Dragon on her deathbed, because this is another spoiler, she's essentially telling Dragon on her deathbed that basically, yo, you have to save my children. Please look after their future. Please, you know what I'm saying, guide them, get them out of here. They need to have a better future than what's being here at this island, because they are going to get wiped out. It's like she's already accepted her fate that she's gonna die here, but she will not have it with her children dying. So Dragon actually ends up saving Shanks and Shamrock. Not that we already didn't know that, considering that he discovered her, but what he does with them, we don't know. Now, given that Shanks was found in a treasure chest, we can definitely assume that he actually put Shanks there. But what was inside the treasure chest that he removed in order to place Shanks in its place? I think, side note, I think Dragon found his devil fruit in the same chest that he put Shanks in. took that out, put Shanks in, ate his double fruit probably. If he didn't eat it right then, he just held on to it and maybe ate it later on. But if he put Shanks in a treasure chest, what did he do with Shamrock? Did he put Shamrock in a chest as well? Because that's what I'm curious about. If there was no room for both of the twins to go in, what did he do with Shamrock? And if he put Shamrock in a chest, was the events of God Valley so catastrophic that maybe waves of Conqueror's Haki caused one of the chests to get knocked over, and maybe somebody found it thinking it was treasure, and then it turns out to be a baby, and they brought it back to Garling? Or did Garling discover Shamrocks in a treasure? Who knows, man? We know that he put Shanks in a treasure chest, and he saved Shamrocks alongside as well. But what happened with Shamrocks to where he got separated from Shanks? That's the biggest mystery. One of the biggest mysteries. Now, moving ahead, we get the actual Celestial Dragon rabbit hunting game. And it's mentioned in this game that as they were hunting these people down and slaughtering them, it's mentioned that this could be Dragon's, this probably was Dragon's first act of open rebellion. Because it's mentioned, or it's spoiled, that Dragon allegedly shot a Celestial Dragon. He shot him. Like, he blinked at a Celestial because they were trying to go after They were trying to go after Kuma. So Dragon essentially saved Kuma. And I don't think it was specifically like, oh, he was looking for Kuma and ended up saving. I think it was just Dragon was probably watching the rabbit hunting game and seeing this unnecessary slaughter. And he saw probably Jenny, Kuma, and Ivankov as kids and figured, no, you can't. I'm not about to sit here and watch you kill innocent children. Pop, pop. Dragon slid on the Celestial. So he draked them. He draked the Celestial, man. Even though it was a rifle, he still draked him. Dragon draked at a Celestial and shot him, and that was Dragon's first act of open rebellion. Now, of course, what happened after that, we don't know because those aren't released yet, but we're going to find out. I assume that Dragon essentially put a target on his back that day, which he did, obviously. But him becoming a revolutionary ultimately took place later on. But that was his first act as a future leader of a revolutionary army that he would go on to build. So very beautiful moment, man. Next, we actually get the reintroduction or the re-entry of the Rocks pirates and the Roger pirates and Garp and his marine faction. We get a new point of view of perspective from how they all entered this island, how they all came to be from their interests. So you get Roger's ship docking, Garp's ship docking with his Marines, and you get Zebek and the Rocks crew all docking. We get a new point of view to see how they all came to be and how they entered this island. And this is the start, man. This is a whole new start to these events. This is beautiful. I can't wait to see all of them charging out, and we actually might get to see that infamous, I forget which chapter, but when we were first seeing the flashback of them docking in God Valley, it said Roger was like, "Hold it right there, Rocks," and Rocks replied, "Don't get in my way, Roger. Don't get in my way, Roger." So we might get to see that again in this upcoming chapter. Now, moving forward, we actually get the introduction of all the Gods Knights, all of them. Like, there's no hiding no more. Oda is going to introduce all of the Gods Knights, and I'm here for it. And I've heard a rumor, I've heard something in possibly a spoiler, that one of the Gods Knights is actually a Yeti. Now, when I thought of this, I instantly started thinking of Monsters, Inc. If you ever seen Monsters, Inc., you know what I'm talking about. The scene where they get trapped in that snowland, and there's a blizzard making lemon snow cone. I think he was pissing in them, for real. I mean, I'm just saying, you ain't got no lemonade around this. Where you get lemonade from? Where do you get lemons out in the winter wilderness, you know? Besides the point. Monsters, Inc. So they say that this a specific God's Knight actually resembles that of a Yeti. Now, I thought of Monsters, Inc. because I'm picturing that Yeti right there. Or if you ever seen Brendan Fraser's The Mummy, if you ever seen that series, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, I guess, it was the third movie. That one right there, if you've seen the Yeti in that one, it could look like that. You know what I'm saying? That's just my perspective of it. But I instantly pictured the Yeti from Monsters, Inc., who was given Sully and Mike Patowski, whatever his name was. Sully and Mike, the guy who was serving Molly, the Yeti that was serving snow cones to Sully and Mike. That is more than likely who that guy's knight looks like. Because they said they has horns too, some sort of horn. So, however Oda chooses to draw him, I'm really excited to see that. And also, I'm curious as to what kind of powers this Yeti God's Knight has, and how did a Yeti come to be a God's Knight? I'm excited to see this. I really have to see this Yeti. I got to. So, moving forward after that. We get, what else do we get? Oh, the God Valley incident starts. So, the God Valley incident is starting from here on out, and it starts with this human hunting contest that leads to further events that will impact later characters or whatever that are arriving and already here. But those are essentially the gist of the spoilers. Now, what I want to talk about real quick is what's gonna happen when Roger, Garp, and Zebek arrive. Who's headed towards what? And also, will they all show up at the human hunting contest? Will they all crash the human hunting contest? Because that's what I'm predicting. I don't think it's just gonna be them out on the shores fighting each other. I think they're all gonna head into the island, scouring for their each perspective, objectives and intentions on being there. I think Zebek is going to head straight to get his family wherever he suspects they might be. But I don't know if Zebek knows that his family might be put inside the human hunting contest. And I'm also predicting that we see Kuma, Jenny, and Ivankov and Blackbeard and his mom in the human hunting contest. I don't know what specific rounds or how they're going to do it, but with all with this basic slaughter of all the inhabitants on the island, there's no way we're not going to see Blackbeard and his mom in this human hunting contest being hunted down. So, yeah, there's a lot to unpack with these spoilers. There's a lot to unpack. I'm going to come back and go over the full spoilers, but that's all I got for right now. That's all I can harp on for you. This has just been a brief video. I just wanted to go over that with you. I'm so excited for this chapter because, one, we're getting a massive break next week. We are getting a big, massive break, man. So, and also, will we get a moment? Will we ever get an interaction with Dragon and Garp, seeing as though they're on the same place? They're on the same island. Dragon and Garp, Oda has to show us one conversation between them because we haven't seen one. So this could be the first conversation we may eventually see with Dragon and Garp because there's a lot more to cover here. A lot more to cover. And I'm going to say this now. With these crews, with the biggest crews there and the biggest marine hero there in attendance, and Shaki being in attendance as well as one of the main prizes, nobody is talking about the Kuja Pirates, which I'm going to in the next video. But the Kuja Pirates are going to enter the fray. The Kuja Pirates will be in attendance. Now, I'm not saying that they may fight anybody of significance. They may fight some fodder Marines, fight some fodder Celestials. Who knows? But I'm assuming that the Kuja Pirates are gonna come for their former Empress. They're gonna save Shaki by basically escorting her off the island while the rest of the guys fight. So maybe once Roger and his crew get Shaki to safety, they'll be like, oh, the Kuja have arrived. Shaki, you can take Safe Haven and sail off with them, but we're staying here on the island because we gotta resolve this thing with Rocks, the Marines, and the God's Knights. It's a battle royale amongst factions. So that's all I got for now, man. This is JD Rich coming back at you with, and remember, a piece of life is life in one piece. Peace.